because the religious motherfuckers, they were there because these Sunni fundamentalists, these terrorists, they're gonna come destroy our shrines. They were in Syria defending Shia shrines. Shia shrines. That was their namus, they call it. That's the thing they said that they're willing to kill their entire families, their own families, to protect these shrines from ISIS, from Al-Qaeda. And as HTS was expanding, they were abandoning Syria. As HTS expanded, they all left. The Syrian army, they let go. They let go of their arms. They retreated without fighting. And all the pro-regime Iranians in Syria, none of them stood their ground and fought. They were supposed to fight for these shrines. They all retreated. Every single one of them retreated. The only time these people show bravery is against their own people. But now, as the HTS was expanding and they were retreating, this is the shrine that they were leaving behind and crying about the fact that they're leaving behind. The shrines of their religious figures. Just enjoy the fucking tears. Enjoy the motherfucking these tears. These are the same people who were passing on sweets on October 7th. Look what October 7th done to you. Look at this is your tears. This is what October 7th has brought you. They're basically saying their goodbyes. So as they're leaving, they're saying goodbye to the shrines, and they're worried about what's going to happen to these shrines when HTS takes over. All right, look at this guy. Look at this guy. So this guy is going into the shrine and he says, these are the last moments that I could be in this shrine as HTS is coming. And he says all the Iranians have left. So watch this. And he's putting on the screen, like, he's saying, please pray so that ISIS can't come and take over the shrine.
این تصاویری که می‌بینید از حرم حضرت رقیه سلام الله علیها شاید آخرین تصاویری باشه که از حرم می‌بینید.
So he's saying that this might be the last pictures, the last videos that you see from this shrine, because they're assuming that HTS is ISIS, which, it's not ISIS. It used to be Al-Qaeda. And they think that obviously ISIS, if they come over, they're going to ruin the shrine. So he's saying that these are the last images that we're going to see from this shrine. By the way, Jolani, the leader of HTS, so far, he seems to be tolerant. I know there are some people within the group that are doing questionable things, but the leader of HTS is not acting as, I know that he might change his behavior later, but as of right now, he's being extremely tolerant. He's saying that he doesn't want to destroy any of the shrines, and he's also made it illegal to mandate the hijab. He's saying no to mandatory hijab. He came out and said that. It's unbelievable. The group that used to be Al-Qaeda is making it illegal to make hijab mandatory, as the Islamic Republic of Iran has now issued the harshest hijab laws for a long time. So Al-Qaeda is modernizing and the Islamic Republic is going backward. This is insane. Again, I'm not saying that they will continue. I don't know what HTS is going to do tomorrow. But Jolani, as of right now, is going around and telling Christians that you guys are going to be protected when you can celebrate your Christmas. Nobody's going to do anything for you. And also telling women that hijab is not going to be mandatory. And again, I know that some of their soldiers are doing some questionable things, but Jolani is saying that he's going to put a stop to it. I don't know what's going to happen, but so far he's doing well. But let's continue. No, it's not, guys. HTS is not 50% ISIS. They used to be Al-Qaeda, but they have some ISIS people in there that might not follow the command of Jolani. No, Sarah, that was just some people. Jolani's army, you saw a video of some soldiers saying something. That's not the official position of HTS. It's a Frankenstein monster of different pieces of people together. But Jolani himself has no ambitions to Israel. But again, it's hard to manage this group of people because they're just a shit ton of different kinds of people stitched together. Anyways, let's focus on this video.
این تصاویری باشی که از حرم می‌بینید همه سوریه رو ترک کردن.
It's like everybody has left Syria. By everyone, he means Iranian.
یک نفر ایرانی تو سوریه نمونده.
He says not a single Iranian has left behind in Syria.
تخلیه کردن سوریه رو. معامله کردن سوریه رو.
This is a conspiracy he has, a theory that he has. He says that they have made a deal on Syria. So I think this Iranian religious person, he's accusing the Iranian government, the regime. He thinks that they betrayed Syria and the shrines in Syria because they made a deal and they sold out Syria. Remember, every time on the show, I say there are three threats to the Islamic Republic: a foreign external army like United States and Israel, the Iranian people, the secular liberal-minded Iranian people, meaning the Mahsa revolution, and the third and greatest threat to the Islamic Republic are these idiots, these religious moron Iranians who want an Islamic regime, who think that the Islamic Republic is failing. It's failing to be an Islamic regime. It's weak and pathetic compared relative to Israel, to the enemies of Islam, to ISIS and Al-Qaeda. And it's weak and pathetic because it's not able to enforce Islamic law in Iran, as seen, as evident by all these women in Iran not wearing the hijab. This is why at this moment, the Islamic Republic has passed the toughest hijab laws yet, as you saw, we talked about it with Susanna just yesterday, because they're trying to signal to the less than 8% remaining support that they have that we are Islamic, we are going to enforce Islamic laws, including the hijab laws. We are going to do that because they are pathetic when it comes to standing up to Israel. And this line that this man has said represents the anger of some religious Islamists in Iran with their own regime, because losing Syria and losing these shrines to what he's calling ISIS, he's describing that as our regime, the people in power, have sold out Syria. So the religious people are angry with. There's an internal fight between religious people, the hardliners in Iran right now, and this internal fighting, this civil war between the religious people, the previously pro-regime people. That's the best chance we have for the Islamic Republic to either fall or become extremely weaker. I will finish this video and then read your super chats and your comments.
ببینید این تصاویر آخر زری حضرت رقیه سلام الله.
Like, watch these last final videos of the shrine of this female. It's a Hazrat Ruqayya, which is one of the Shia female holy figures. Right. By the way, this is something Sunnis hate. You see this? This is shirk. This is dead person worship, which is, Sunnis are right to call this shirk, because this is basically, I know Shias will deny this. Shias will say that we're not worshiping this person, but look at this. It's a shrine. It's a dead person's body in the middle there, and they pray towards it. And Sunnis like, yeah, you guys don't worship, you guys are worshiping something other than Allah. Shias are like, nah, and Sunnis like, yeah, this is a shrine. This is shirk. This is associating partners with Allah. This is why Al-Qaeda and ISIS would love to destroy this shrine, because this is worse than being non-Muslim. This is basically worshiping something other than Allah with the name of Islam. This is why Sunni radicals hate Shias more than they hate Jews, because of this stuff. But HDS is saying like, no, we're not going to touch this stuff. So we'll see.
که اگر دست داعش به این ظریف برسه معلومه چیزی از این حرم.
He says he's crying is like, if ISIS gets his hands on this shrine, there will be nothing left from this shrine, and he's crying.
سلام علیک یا سیدتنا رقیه خانم
Now she's talking to the woman in the dead body of this holy Shia.
جان خانم جان نیان حرم تو ویران کنن.
He says, my lady, I hope they don't come and destroy your shrine. Keep crying. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, these are the people who were celebrating on October 7th. These are the motherfuckers. By the way, October 7th, oh, they were so happy because the child murdering Israel was being punished. Finally, they got the taste of their own medicine. Guys, let's remember what Bashar al-Assad was doing. You guys, the same people who claim that Israel is the killer of children, you guys supported Assad, the greatest killer of children that I know of in our time was fucking Assad. You were punishing Israel. These are the children. Remember these children that Assad was killing. So these are Syrian people that Assad was bombing. By the way, when Assad bombs children, he targets civilians. He kills civilians. He's asking, like, why did they do this to us? What did we do? He's like, why are you crying? He said, Bashar killed us. Bashar killed us. Bashar destroyed our homes. Bashar took everything from us. We have nothing now. Wait, I can't see. Don't highlight for something from now on because I can't see the subtitles. He's saying, did you destroy all your homes? Like, we have no water. We only drink water when there's rain. Hey. Like, he didn't let us stay in our homes. He says Bashar Assad is a bad person. Also, remember this kid? Remember how many years ago was this? When this child's house was bombed? This is what, but remember this, guys? I don't know where this boy is right now. If he's still alive, he's 13 years old now. But remember a couple of years ago when Bashar was bombing his own people and this image of this child came out after the bombing when he was shaking. Wait, this has music. Let me mute the music. Look, he's bleeding. He's watching his. So just remember who this motherfucker was and who the Islamic Republic was supporting. And I will tell you what the narrative is now that they're losing Assad. Hold on, let me see. What is this video? I want to show this. By the way, regarding Christians, this is what I was, because somebody in the chat, actually, let me read some chats and then I will talk about Christians. First of all, thank you, EF, for the super sticker. That's very generous. I appreciate that. Guys, I will read the super chats as well. Susanna is saying, bullshit, they just like showing off their tears. No, they are, yeah, I mean, they are actually pretty pissed right now. Susanna is saying, I'm not holding my breath because the Taliban had moderated too, but the nickname DEI jihadi is amusing. Yes, I'm not saying that. I agree with Susanna, okay? Nobody is naive enough to claim that HTS will stay like this. Nobody knows what the future holds. Things are changing extremely fast. But they are smart enough right now. Whatever they do in the future, they're being very strategic right now. They know what works. They know that to get people to not support Assad, to get people to join their side, when they capture somewhere, they should do a blanket forgiveness so that other people see that they're not going to be killed, so that they put down their arms as well. For people not to resist, they need to be tolerant. So whatever they're going to do in the future, for their purposes of their goals, they recognize that tolerance works. I'm not saying they're actually genuinely being tolerant. Nobody knows. The Jolani, the leader of HTS, claimed that he used to be Al Qaeda because he was a young idiot. That's what he says. And he's now a changed man. He's much older now and he's different. Okay. I'm, I mean, if you believe him or don't believe him, like that, we don't know. Like, it's too naive to just say, accept what he's saying. But even if he's lying, it's very smart, it's very strategic. And somebody's saying Christians are already being raped and killed by Al Qaeda on this. Again, I know that there are some reports of some people doing something, but Jolani is the leader of HDS, is trying to make it clear. Like he's even talking to the previous prime minister. They're keeping him, they're being nice to him. They allowed him to control things for a while, even after they took over. They're telling people that they're not even going to have mandatory hijab. This is, I know it might be all a lie, but it's very, very strategic. So once they took, I think is this Aleppo? I'm not sure if this is Aleppo. I think it's Aleppo. Yes, it's Aleppo. And they made sure once they took Aleppo, they would go and talk to Christians and they were talking to this non-hijabi girl, and they were telling them that are you free to have a Christmas tree and celebrate Christmas? And they were confirming that everything's
أنا
good
الآن
here.
متواجد في حي العزيز شاهدون.
Oh yeah, Medina Halab. So that means city of Aleppo. Okay, so again, I speak Persian, but I know a little bit of Arabic, very little. So Medina Halab means city of Aleppo. Aleppo once
خلفي تماما بعض الشابات والشبان يقومون بتزيين شجرة.
So look, like they took over and they're like, look, these Christians, they're decorating their tree and everything is fine and dandy. Nobody's gonna stop
عيد
them.
الميلاد للتجهيز لاحتفال رأس السنة. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم
يعطيك
السلام.
العافية.
يا هلا.
كيف الأجواء بحلب؟
والله كثير منيح الحمد لله والأمور رواق. بس
Anyways, also this is the interesting part. They also talked to the girl and they showed her on camera, even though she was not wearing hijab.
شو عم تجهزوا هلا؟
حاليا يعني شوي للأعياد وهيك لازم نبلش يمكن.
حدا عم يزعجكم هون؟
لا الحمد لله الأمور كتير بخير ورواق وبنتمنى ما
She's like basically, la, everything is fine. Everything is fine and dandy. Nobody's bothering us. Basically, that's what she's saying. La, khair, hamichi khair. Okay, so by the way, a lot of Iranian people are making fun of Yahya Sinwar by thanking him. By saying everybody, like many Iranians on social media are blessing Yahya Sinwar, saying, I mean, it's a joke, okay? Don't take it seriously. They're like, who knew that you would be responsible for the fall of the acts of resistance, for the fall of all the killing of all the leaders of Hamas, for Hezbollah, for the Patriot attacks, for Assad falling, for Syria being lost from the axis of resistance. I heard Bibi is now bombing, is now going for the Houthis. So I don't know what's going to happen next. This was not by Iranians. I'll show you the memes that Iranians were making, but on Iranian social media, many people are sending their blessings to Yahya Sinwar for being responsible for thinking that they were. I mean, it was a disaster, of course, October 7th. So this is not serious, but said, who knew that you tried to, as devastating as October 7th was to Israel, this was 100 times more devastating for your side. Israel is still there. Israel lives. Israel will become more powerful, but where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? And let me actually show you the memes that Iranians are sharing. I don't know if this requires explanation. So let me know if this requires explanation. Hold on, let me make it a little bit, zoom in a little bit. Oh, actually it does, because you guys can't read what this is. Okay, so obviously this is a famous meme template where this woman is holding on. I know it's going to be unfunny because I'm explaining it, but the funny part is that she's going to open the door and they're all going to fall off the truck. So you can see that on the woman that is holding here, it says Yahya Sinwar here. And here it says Hamas. Here it says Hezbollah. Here it says Bashar Assad. Here it says Ansarullah. Here it says the Sepah Quds, the Quds Force. Here it says the Kataeb, which is the proxy of the Islamic regime in Iraq. And this one says Jamhuri Islami. This one is the Islamic Republic. Yeah, Sinwar. basically making all of these people fall. Where is? Oh yeah, okay, I read that already. So that is fantastic. So that's what the Iranian people are saying. Oh, by the way, a major source of division are images like this because the axis of resistance, which is mostly Shia backed, spent all this money for the past 40 years, hundreds of billions of dollars. I'm not kidding, guys. It's hundreds of billions of dollars, up to 300 billions of dollars in the past 40 years supporting Hamas. The whole point of all of this, the whole point of this of resistance, like basically it starts Shia here, is Shia here, is Shia here, is Shia here, and then all of a sudden it gets Sunni here. So we have the Islamic Republic, which is the Shia regime, using its Shia proxies in Iraq to get to Iraq and control Iraq's politics. And Iran is majority Shia, Iraq is majority Shia, Syria is not majority Shia, but it was ruled by Shias because Bashar al-Assad is Shia. So you can see the Shia-ness keeps decreasing, and that's why the tentacle becomes weaker and weaker, right? So you have very Shia, still very Shia, Syria, not majority Shia, but ruled by Shia. Then you go to Lebanon, then you have Hezbollah who's Shia, and all of this Shia bridge was to support the enemies of Israel, which the main ones being Hamas, which is Sunni, right? And there's a major Sunni Shia divide, which makes a lot of this whole bridge a little bit fragile. And you can see the fragility of this bridge in this image, which is Ismail Haniyeh holding on to the flag of the opposition to Assad, because most Sunnis in the world, they don't like Assad because he's the killer of Sunnis. Sunnis hate Assad, and Sunnis, in many ways, hate Shias more than they hate the Jews. So the Islamic Republic trying to create an axis of resistance to bring Muslims to unite over Israel made this whole unity very fragile because of the Sunni Shia divide, right? So let's continue. Okay, so let's do some more videos, and then I will show you how the narratives are changing very fast.